2 days, Jeremy. It's 2 days.
I know, it's crazy. Like, it's just crazy. Everything about this last 2 weeks has been crazy.
Yeah, I love it a lot, but it's also completely mental. Yeah, the amount, and we wanted to build as a startup. We wanted to build and try and get ahead of the price of wax because I knew that it wasn't going to work. Like we had to delay for the Tiamo thing, and we had to sort of come in under the wire. And here we are, wax freaking mooning like crazy. A lot of people are like, why do the rail NFTs cost more than the land NFTs when they're smaller? I'm like, A, they might be worth more. B, like they didn't. Like 48 hours ago, they were, $30 cheaper.
Yeah.
The price of wax does not care about our plans, as it turns out. Anyway, I'm going to go put some water on. Do you want to put like a tune on, or are you good to like just chat for a minute?
Well, yeah, why don't we put up, I'm going to share my screen, I think, and I'll just go through some of the news. Maybe.
All right. Yeah, do that. I'll be right back.
Just wait.
Thank you.
Just wait. You got to put it up because,
Oh, yeah, we really do need to fix that. You need to have control over all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I will.
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
I get confused because, I have a really small computer screen. So I really need to get, a better setup, I think. But, wax keeps mooning and I have to, be able to afford some of these railway plots. So that's probably not going to happen. But while we do that, there's one more thing that we could mention about the railway plots.
Okay.
And that is the rewards. The reward structure for the railway plots are a little bit different, right?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's all, we wanted to provide infrastructure that people could get around easily because transportation is kind of the whole thing, right? I mean, that's, foot traffic, visiting everything, exploring everything, that kind of thing. So to like make it that much more effective, we're going to have it set up so that, anytime you're wandering around the world, you're going to be earning a little bit of wax rewards, right? There's like a standard sort of ambient level. And the thing is, when you're on rail, it's going to be more, right? And we're still working out the exact numbers, but like I want it to be, maybe even like 2 to 3x more when you're on the rail as to when you're on other things. And again, like down the road, we're going to be, having wax rewards for building and wax rewards for mining and wax rewards for doing special game things. And like, there's going to be lots of different things, but this transportation one, we wanted to start with this because it's the lifeblood of the whole system. Right. And so the rail plots really are going to be, the kind of locust for everything. And then you'll be, constantly running through those things. Somebody actually described them as like a miles long city too, because they're designed to have rails on both sides and then stuff in the middle, like a big, huge, long promenade. But people might start building, giant buildings on them. They might build underground. Like as long as the rail works, we don't care, right? So, they're going to be really powerful statement about how the whole system is going to work, I believe.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about that.
Me too.
Go do your thing. And
I'll be right back. Thank you.
I'll just do this. So let's go through some of the news while Corey does his stuff. And it's like apologies from me and both of us. Good morning, Ad Scam 2. How are you? Thank you for joining us. But yeah, it's just been crazy. And like Corey said, 2 days. So yeah, let's go through the news a little bit and get some of that out of the way. I guess the biggest news this week is, the launch. Well, it's kind of last week's news, but the launch of the Power Up model. But other than that, a few things are happening. EOS Go cards are pretty cool, and they've done a really good job of like keeping them fresh. So here's a bunch of the past cards. The first series was kind of based on the EOS celebrities, I guess you would say. Brendan Blummer, Dan Larmer, Brock Pierce. They changed it up in the second NFT series a little bit, and they added some of the other celebrities in the EOS space. Yves LaRose was the first one. Wombat was a great card. I really like that card a lot, actually. The art is really cool. Zach Gall, a few other people. This month, however, they are going to be giving some wax to those who are holding a legendary, I believe, card in their account. So that's pretty cool. That went out yesterday. And the new card, that the first card this month is based on Ultra IO. You can see it here. It's a cool little gaming card. So yeah, I really like what they're doing with that kind of stuff. Personally, I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. Also, was a great interview here by Jenner EOS for their Jenner EOS Spotlight with the EOS Nation team, Yves LaRose and the EOS Nation team. So I highly recommend reading this. You know, EOS Nation, one of the things I like about them is they are straight shooters. You know, they say it like it is. They don't hype things that much in comparison to a lot of other, you know, people out there in the space. We really liked having Eve on the show. That was pretty awesome. So yeah, definitely read it. It's a shorter one than normal, but there's a lot of good like little stuff in here. They talk about their .gem stuff, their workings with the Canadian government and some universities and things like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good article in my opinion. There's a lot of and check out their hot sauce as well. I would definitely recommend subscribing to that because they do a video model, they do a written model as well. Lots of posts about voice this week. So apparently there's going to be a power up. Sorry, there's going to be voice tokens on the EOS mainnet at some point. They keep saying this. I don't know how it's going to work out. I liked this article, actually, by Salah. If it ever loads. Might not load. Anyway, it has to do with voice NFTs.
Oh yeah.
So I thought that was quite interesting. Phase 2, they talk about a little bit. We're approaching the next major milestone in that journey by bringing together voice, EOS, NFTs into a social experience. We're building a bridge between the voice chain and the EOS mainnet to enable autonomous ownership of goods and content. Our first NFT will be a badge dedicated to our Genesis community, and we are excited to invite our community to nominate designers.
Is that going to be on mainnet? Sorry, did it say?
Yeah, so they're planning on putting it on mainnet. And so I think that's really cool. If there's any artists out there, because I know that there are quite a few artists that watch it. You might want to throw your hat in there.
I guess it's like a music NFT. I guess we could. I don't know. We're a little busy. I don't know. Did you see that Kings are launching a music NFT album?
Sorry, who was that?
Kings of Leon. The fuckers
didn't.
Yeah.
Are they doing it on Ethereum?
I hope not. The dumb bastards. Shout out to Nick Capello. I think that's Nick Capello. Yeah, what the shit? It's yellowheart.io. The reveal is in 2 hours, 48 minutes.
Wow.
Tell us more about what that means, you fucks. Doesn't say anything. All right, well, cool. Whatever Yellowheart is. But I mean, yay.
Yeah, there's another art competition as well. I forget for who, but
did you see Ben's comment?
No, I'm kind of looking at the
He just said, Corey's fancy with his fingers. And all I wanted to do was have someone else say that so I could go, that's what she said. Yeah, apparently Grimes sold 5 million worth in 20 minutes. Yeah, we can't talk about it yet, but like all of this is related to a conversation that M Blue had with somebody in that kind of space, and it was sort of a big deal. So
well, it is sort of a big deal. I think so. I would agree. Kyle. Big fans of Kyle on this channel. We've had big jokes on and want to have them again. They've released 2.3 on the mainnet. We kind of went over that last week. Good article about Wax on Voice by Thomas Wolfe, the king of NFTs. And actually, there was a great interview this week. My computer loads properly. Just not going to. There was a great interview this week by M Blue and William.
That was really good.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. It's just a bonanza of Wax and DeFi, realistically.
So, like, I was joking around in the Telegram channel that the price of Wax is mooning because everyone is buying Wax so they can buy more Lanky entities, which I'm actually not convinced isn't true. Little biased. But there's a lot of other things going on this weekend. You know, Bitcoin Origins, I think, has a thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. So that would make sense. But M Blue came on and like, oh, that's weird. The price moons right after I released this thing with Quigley, and the interview is that good that you really like it. If the right couple of whales saw that, it would make me make some like press the buy button like that. What was that? Like the meme?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And William Quigley is like really cool. If you don't follow the Wax video podcast that he does, it's not based on Wax. It's based on cryptocurrency in general. He's just a really cool guy to listen to.
Yeah, he knows his shit for sure.
So and what an introduction by M Blue too. Like I don't even think M Blue could stay in his chair. Like he was so excited. So yeah, but it was great. It was a good interview. I put the wrong link in here. I think this Liquid Apps link was supposed to be for their new governance model. They released a new governance model. So if you're interested in that, the Sandbox event for Upland is coming to a close. So anyone who's there might want to touch base with that. DApp accounts. Again, DApp accounts, I believe, I think this is related, if I recall correctly, to DApp Solutions. What they're doing with Liquid Apps as well. Token Pocket. Shout out to Token Pocket, honestly. Like, that's my kind of go-to mobile wallet. I like Wombat a lot, but Token Pocket is on the ball. Like,
yeah, like the multi-wallet thing with, I love Adrian at Wombat a lot and their whole team. The multi-wallet thing on Token Pocket makes me go there more. Just because I can't do that on Wombat right now. It doesn't work yet. And they're talking about it, but it just doesn't work yet.
And we talked about FTX a while back on one of our shows, and Token Pocket kind of reminds me of them. They add things so quickly and so fast. It's just great. They're really really impressive team, in my opinion. Some more Equilibrium updates. Another kind of recap of the NFTs that are coming to Voice by EOSIO for just a brief one if you don't want to read the full article. Yeah. Another one that I thought was quite interesting was this one. A couple weekly updates and things, but Dan Larmer speaking a lot more, and he announced today the start of his new project, Clarion OS. A decentralized communication platform that should compete with other services, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and therefore also.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Like, I saw this yesterday, and I was like in the rush of everything that was going on, so I didn't really think about it. But he's basically like, Voice is not decentralized enough, so let's create that like a protocol. And also, like, I feel like in conversation with Jacques, that's kind of what their goal has always been too, right? Create a framework so that you own all of your information and it can be, sort of ported, like create sort of an industry standard that other socials could plug into in interesting ways. And it seems like he's sort of thinking about that in terms of that backbone kind of idea. Did I get that right from what I read?
Yeah, I think so, and that I'm a little bit annoyed. Like, obviously, I think Dan Larmer's really smart. He's a great programmer. We talk about our issues with Block One on this channel a lot, but we're also, trying to keep it, real as well. But there were so many good social dApps on EOS that should have been funded and more. In my opinion, like Discussions app totally should have been funded. I think I honestly believe that Tribe should have been funded as well. I mean, like interface wise as a media platform, it was really good. So, and there's no reason to not have voice, but you still, I think, should be funding these other platforms. And same with DeFi. There was another article that was linked in here today that was talking about DeFi and how, like, potentially it was a Twitter feed, how the potential lack of funding might have potentially killed the DeFi space on EOS. Now, I don't actually believe that. I kind of feel like EOS DeFi is a sleeping dragon, but I do kind of feel like social on EOS could have been big, and it kind of got squandered because all the eggs got thrown into voice, it seems to me. So it's a little bit interesting. I think that Dan is now coming out and releasing a competition. Yeah, so.
It's funny. I think it was Lisa Chandler that said this. Somebody super genius said it. That the uplift is actually social media, but better.
Yeah. I think that might have been you that said that, actually.
I was stealing it from someone. I'm not that smart.
Yeah,
like it's like because what do you do with Facebook or Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. You take some information, a picture, some representation or expression of some opinion you have or something that you want to share, and you share it in 2D, in words or video, in a big stream, right?
Right.
It's like, so you started with cave painting, 50-odd thousand years ago. And, it was sort of dependent on people coming into your caves. Twitter's a little bit better. Cave's a lot bigger, organized with some algorithms to feed you some entertaining things, whatever. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Lisa Chandler said it's better than YouTube. Same kind of thing, though, I think. Because, if you go like scrolling in the uplift, it's just going to be riding the rail. Right.
Right.
And you'll have the same capacity to sort of like flow past, what people are up to in any given moment. Billboards or posts or whatever it is. It'll be interesting if we think about it in terms of, this is, this is YouTube, this is Twitter or Facebook, but in a three-dimensional real kind of way. I wonder what kind of stuff will pop up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite interesting.
My water's probably boiling. I'll be right back. Also, is this bugging you if I kind of noodle? It's like a safety blanket for me.
No, I don't mind. It's sometimes, as long as people can hear me, but it's right. I think it's good.
Yeah, let's get the word from the community. Yeah, if it's bothersome, I'll stop doing it.
Yeah, so if you don't like it, tell us. But I kind of like it, to be honest. It's nice and chill. This week, there were quite a few Uplift Minecraft videos. If you haven't caught them, there was a EOSIO Michael came on the air. Uplift Coffee did one shortly after, just after this episode last week. The Uplift Rail Key sale and the Great Uplift Land Rush of 2021. Corey and Jimmy went live. Corey and Blue went live to talk about this. So if you want to know what's going on in 2 days, watch these two videos. They're not that long. They're definitely worth checking out. Also, another cool thing was the first tour, the first guided tour in the Uplift World community with Greg and Lisa and Blue took place, which is really cool if you want to see what happened there. And of course, the weekly gratitude ceremony that happens every Sunday to kick all of that off. For some reason, I don't know why the tweets didn't show up. That's strange. Okay, I'm gonna, however, stop sharing the screen now while Corey comes back, because
the NFT designs are up on the page.
They're up on Atomic
Roll
Asset.
on. No. They're up on the webpage. We're finalizing that for the sale because you know that I heard that's happening soon. We should probably get on that.
Nice.
Yeah,
and for some reason I forgot to copy up maybe the tweets in, so there's no tweets.
Oh, well, what are you gonna do? So yeah, where'd it go? There we go. Oh, you know what? No, that was internal. Hold on. I'm gonna share stuff before it's done, which everyone super loves. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it was up there. I just didn't refresh the page like a noob. Oh yeah. Dennis is like a rock star, man.
Yeah, and he just keeps getting better at this stuff.
Right, like for real. For real.
He's like half Android or something over there. I don't know. Like, he's really like, he just keeps getting better and better and better at it too. Like he's good.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think like here further on out, like alpha shells should not be called alpha cells any longer. They should be called
Dennis. They should be called Dennis launches. I am here for it.
Yeah, because and he's like some really cool tokenomic ideas. Like when he gets on the screen, he's quite quiet, but he's pretty awesome. And so these cards, I did see those. They're really cool. They're really well done. Yeah.
And like the actual NFTs are gifts that just look, they're like, I would buy one if it meant nothing.
Yeah.
There's really, really cool. So yeah, again, the thing going on Saturday, you can't pick the location for the rail plots. So they're just going to be random, but we think that's going to be really fun. Like the game mechanics on that afterwards, where people are like, buying, selling, trading, trying to get, collections. And I was thinking about this yesterday. Like I figured people might want to get strips because that, might be cool. But then I started thinking like, would I want strips, or would I want to have, exposure to way more different locations? Because we don't know how this is going to go. This is about people and what they want and what they're going to build. And like unleashing this amount of creativity is just going to be nuts, right? Like we cannot predict what will happen. And I'm really, really excited kind of about both, right? Because like I don't know what's going to be better at all. So I'm going to be experimenting myself. I know I said this before. Some of you might like, I'm not getting free land. I'm buying all the land, same as you guys, because I really want to have that same experience.
Well, and I'm a little bit annoyed, I'll be honest, like because I know the rail plot that I want, but at the same time, it's kind of like Monopoly, right? Like you kind of wherever the dice lands you, then you have the option to buy that. I mean, you're going to get it if you buy it, but I want to go through this a little bit slowly. Actually, that's why today's article was if you're cool,
because we can do it.
And I think tomorrow is going to be nuts. Like tomorrow, we're going to have like so many people on here. It's going to be hard for us to go through it. So I think we could go through this today. It'll be fun tomorrow. But
So
yeah, and yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's just like we're editing some stuff on this right now to get of the final. Lisa just said, "I've come to love that you can't keep a secret." I'm terrible at it. That's a fact. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, this weekend, random rail key ticket. There's 3 different kinds. There's the 1 rail key. There's the 3 rail key. There's the 10 rail key. And it's sort of like our lo-fi way of making packs, because apparently doing packs with pre-minted NFTs is very, very hard, which I did not know. So now what's happening is, we're basically going to be selling these NFTs, and we're going to drop the commensurate number of actual locationed one of one rail plot NFTs to your account based on what you hold, right? And these are actually tools that Uplift Art has developed on the back end, with Dennis and Flo, who's one of their dev guys. So we asked Dennis how we could do it, and that's why this is the way it is. He worked backwards from the tools that we had to accomplish something in 48 hours because he's a fucking rock star. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so one rail key at 1,000 wax used to be cheaper than the 100 wax for a land key NFT, but wax doesn't care. So it's a little more now. But again, when we were internally talking about what the price of these things should be, I wanted them to be 2,000 wax a piece. And that was based on Alien World's average price for their land NFTs was $40 at time of sale. They're now 500. And you know what you can do on an Alien World's piece of land, Jimmy? Not a goddamn thing.
Come on, you gotta let me answer. I had a good one. You go there, you go there, you click a button, and then you leave.
Well, yeah. And again, now, granted, I don't want to sound like I'm throwing shade at Alien Worlds, but it's basically like we're doing some comparative analytics for pricing or whatever, right? Because what they proved, in no way, because I love them, and we hope to see them building out some massive, amazing things that basically take their NFTs and times it by everything that we're doing, right? That's something that we feel really passionate about. So we're gonna, if you're holding Alien Worlds land NFTs, you might be in for a significant fucking surprise, which I am in love with, period. But yeah, it's a big difference, right? You're going to have enough land to be, to be building and to be creative and to be connected to the lifeblood of the whole Uplift. So yeah, somebody was, wondering about the pricing or whatever, because it's like a little bit more than the land now. I still think it's beyond worth it, which is why I'm going to be getting one of those 10x ones, and maybe some more.
Yeah, just slow up for a minute too, right? Because here's the thing, right? Like the idea of in my mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Complete and utter speculation on the Uplift. This may or may not happen. But in my mind, the beauty of NFTs, right, is that you have ownership of your assets. But there still is a bit of a bottleneck, right? Like, can you take NFTs from one game and use them in another game? Can you take a sword from Game of Thrones and use it in Alien Worlds, right? Well, no, you can't. But if you go back to that interview that you did, Corey, with Red Planet, with Bonds about Red Planet, mm-hmm. and you look at some of the other interviews that we've done on NFT Game Day with other people like Ken Bozak or Anders, right? That possibility is coming at some point somewhere. There's going to be a possibility for people who hold various NFTs to be rewarded in platforms beyond their platform.
Well,
right?
and Alien Worlds is proving that now, right?
Yeah.
So they're, because of the way their mechanics is working, and EOS USA Michael is actually doing this for projects like Crypto Monkeys and others. Like, if you own a land key for Alien Worlds, and you can basically have your fans go and mine there, which basically just means pick that piece of the map and click the mine button. Super fun. But again, the game mechanics are pure genius. So that kicks out a small reward to the landowner for Alien Worlds, right? Much in the same way that people walking over your land in the Uplift will kick out a small reward. But it can also kick out another signal. So for Alien Worlds, like Crypto Monkeys is giving out Crypto Monkeys NFTs for anyone that mines on their land. That's really, really interesting. Times that by every project in the community cluster, or that ever will be in the community cluster, and that's going to be the Uplift, up to and including the financial district that is going to be super epic. Have I talked about that on this show yet? I don't even know if I should.
A little bit. You've mentioned it, but yeah, maybe. Oh! It's going to be awesome. But let's go through this first because
that's smart because we sail in 2 days. Thank you, Jimmy. You're super smart.
I don't want to be a buzzkill, but this I'm not being a buzzkill. I really want people to understand.
You know what? And this is one of the things that we need to get changed because these things are going to accrue benefit for years, if not decades. So you want to buy and hold these for ultra bonuses. Agreed. So booster level 1, that's the 100 wax one. And buy before it's too late. Like it's never going to be too late. Again, we're editing this. So I'm editing this on the fly. So welcome to our editing session. It'll never be too late to buy those. So get 1 free 50 by 50 land key per booster level 1 for every 3 land keys you buy. Now, these 50-50, these little 50 plots are going to be in a big field of them. And this is going to be a whole awesome, like new sub game that's going to be nuts. Right, because look at all these rewards. People are going to get randomly assigned a little 50 by 50 plot, like a rail size, but connected to a field of them. And we have no clue what's going to happen with that. Like I imagine, obviously you can just put it up for sale if you want. And I imagine some people will do that, but a lot of people might start trying to buy up all the stuff around them to make a bigger plot. I don't know how that's going to go, but it's going to be really fascinating. So as an example, you will get 2 free land keys. The little 50 meter blocks if you have 2 booster level 1 100 wax ones and bought 6 and this should say rail keys because we're actually not doing it for the land because we're doing the probes for that. So yeah, and the level 2 one we're just gonna make them stack, right? So again, for every level 1 and level 2 one you have, it's gonna basically give you 150 plot for every 3 rails that you get, as long as you have the right number of Genesis NFTs. Did that make sense, Jamie?
Yeah. So you buy a 10 pack of rails and you have 1 of these. You're going to get three of those plots.
No, 1.
Sorry, how did I miss that? What did I get?
So the reason why we decided to let them stack, because originally it was like no matter how many of these, you're only going to get 1, right? Is that people would just put them into different wallets, and then buy up stuff like that and organize it before the snapshot, because the reward snapshot's going to come down the road, right? So basically, to get the most benefit out of buying a 10 pack, you would need to have 3 Genesis keys, right? Because it's basically the combination of 3 rail and 1 Genesis key equals 1 of these little 50 meter plots.
I see my logic,
but I need to explain it better too. And again, like we sort of invented all this in the last 72 hours, so we're working on it. Like when we say that this is an alpha release, we're not joking. Like originally, guys, this is supposed to be 1,000 little NFTs. We're just gonna like sell them, and it was gonna be super easy. And I was just like, oh, we're gonna test around, and there's like fucking 6 people in the community cluster. It's all no problem. Things escalated quickly.
Yeah, I agree. Like I sometimes have difficulty like keeping up myself.
Yeah. And the booster level 3 ones, don't have to worry about that because they're all sold out. So that's a whole thing. So, although people are selling them on the secondary market. And again, like if you buy, and like don't buy the booster level 2 and the booster level 1 on the secondary market. So you just got to go to the Uplift Out World, the thing on the top, this one, buy Genesis NFTs. Because if you buy them from the secondary market, I'm gonna sneeze. Exciting. That doesn't go into the rewards pool, so you haven't helped the cause any. I mean, yay for whoever sold it, and I mean we do want these to be sellable, right? Like we want a healthy market for them. But the whole point is to fill up the rewards pool, because however much we get in the rewards pool by launch is going to get doubled by our mysterious benefactor up to 1 million, and we should probably go see. Before
we go, can you scroll down? I want to talk about one more thing before we leave this page. Not so fast. Go up a bit.
Going up. Going up.
So yeah, let's talk about the claim. The random. We didn't talk about the random land key.
Okay. I kind of don't want to talk about it because we're not doing this till next week, but we totally.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. So
so basically, like Saturday is rail. Like like the probes. If you end up getting more Genesis keys, you're gonna get more probes. Now you're only gonna get airdrop probes if you have also bought a single land key. And again, we're gonna let everybody know about this before it happens or whatever. But the way to get probes is buy as many Genesis level 2 as you want to get probes, and make sure you buy at least one random land key, because that's going to be our trigger to send you probes. And then you can either use those probes to pick land or sell them, right? So if you only have one land, random land NFT, and so you're only going to have one probe to pick its location, right? Then, excuse me, you could basically sell your extra 4 or 5 probes if you want on the open market, because they'll just be NFTs, right?
So scroll back down to the second level 2 land key.
Mm-hmm.
That's this one, booster level 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, again, the thing that Uplift Art developed allows accounts to be reached into and see what's there, and then that's how the drops are going to work.
That's right. Yep. And these Genesis Pass, like I think we're redoing our entire server, which is super important, especially because it's going to get really busy. And we're actually doing that today, in part. And so we wanted to let people in as quickly as possible, but we got some really good advice to basically scale that in and slow it down a little bit. So, not sure exactly when it's going to start. I'm kind of hoping a week, but again, we're not sure. We'll start letting people in. And Dennis came up again. Dennis, the freaking rock star, came up with basically a passport thing where the people that have the Genesis NFTs are going to get another added bonus, that they'll be among the first to get passports to get in game. Because again, like, you support us, support the rewards pool, we're going to find ways to give as much value back as we possibly can. So this Genesis Pass level 3, I imagine this passport, these were pretty expensive. These will probably be the first passports that go out, right? The Genesis level 2, they will probably be the first passports that will go out after the level 3 and so on. So we'll be scaling those in. One of the other things, Jimmy, like in your Minecraft account, like the skins that you can get. And I think Greg sent out a link. And Lisa, if this is not on upliftworld.community, we should probably get it up there. There's like a link where there's like 10,000 different skins that you can just get for free, right? And the skins are just like what you can make your Minecraft avatar look like. We're going to be, while we're waiting to get in, you're going to be able to log into the Uplift.world with your Wax account still. You're going to be able to register your Minecraft account still, right? Like, we got all that stuff working, so that's going to get launched very quickly. And then what we're going to do is we're going to steal everyone's head. We can make a copy of your head in Minecraft, and we're going to build a giant monument out of everyone's head, and then take a picture of that and release that as a community NFT to everybody who registers. Jimmy, I feel like you're not paying attention, because that was an ooh-ah kind of moment.
Yeah, my ooh-ahs are silent resonance. That's just really interesting. Like, so basically, those what I'm seeing in my head are.
Did you see Anders? Don't take my head. Okay, take my head.
Those hi Anders. Totally. I'm gonna have to change my head. Number one, I haven't downloaded it yet. Yeah. But what I'm seeing, what I'm envisioning, is a 3D version of those photos, those little square photos that are all put together to make a bigger photo.
Yeah, except the heads are 3D.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And they spin. Right. And I think what's going to be fun about this too is this monument that we're going to build is going to be permanent, right? So like your head, because you were among the first, however many before we start letting people in game, before we take the snapshot for this, if your head's in there, you'll be able to go to that monument and go, see, we were here at the effing start when history was made. And I like that. Like, I will go to there. Like, it'll be on the freaking guided tour, like it's going to be an interesting place.
On Halloween, can we turn them all into skulls just for a day so we can have a Halloween party?
I don't think so.
Okay, so the sky's not the limit, but hey, it's pretty limitless what we can do in there, to be honest. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all we have to cover for that. Like, maybe one other final thing is like, this is going to be, I guess, the first of many series of sales, right? Like the size of the uplift is huge, right? So as more people come in, and more things expand, further things are going to be built, more rail lines are going to be built, more land is going to be released. One of the reasons that some of you have been asking, why can't we come in the world yet? Well, number one, we want everyone, I think, to have a good experience when they come in the world. Number two, like Corey previously mentioned, right? Like, this is the most action this server has ever seen. And it's a lot of action. There's a lot of things that are going on in there. Yeah, just be patient. And once you get in there, you're going to be amazed because, like, it's amazing just to walk around some of these places. And in the meantime, check out Greg's show because he's doing this on this channel. Every week, he's going to different plots and going to see different things. So, it's not going to be that long. And as Corey mentioned, this is fast. This is like 2 weeks, basically. We decided to go live, right? It's kind of nuts.
Yeah, it is mental. Like and again, like, because you never know the kind of challenges that you're going to face or whatever, right? So we had a dev meeting like 3 weeks ago. I said, so, how long do you guys think this will take? I don't know, a couple weeks? Cool, you have 3. Right? And again, like, the reason for that is that I know for a fact that the price of wax is going to go up. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the amount of economic activity, economic activity that should be happening, on this platform compared to Ethereum. It would take a meteor act of God, something super strange for this not to take off. Right? And that's always possible, right? You never know what the future is actually going to hold. But, like, it doesn't get a whole lot more certainty level than this, right?
Or an interview by M Blue. Damn you, M Blue. I like it. Yeah, we were just talking about that, Anders. I mean, unless it's dropped, but it kind of pumped, right?
It pumped last night. It hit 12 yesterday. I haven't looked at it this morning. I've been too scared since this morning to look at it. By the way, we have 650,000 wax, 651,000 wax in. Oh, Jesus, 12.5. Fucking hell. Oh man. Did you see? I was in World with Ben yesterday, and he'd never seen the wax milestones path that I built.
No, I didn't see that.
So that's the monuments. That's like 2 cents is 2 pieces of gold, 7 cents is 7 pieces of gold, and and then up to 10 cents that we hit this last month. And I have a little sign prepared for 20 cents, right? And just a little bit down the way. And he said, dude, you got to put in 30, 40, 50, 60 all the way to $1, and you got to do it right now. Like, let's just do this while we're here. So I did it. So get this. And I went like 10 blocks ahead, just whatever, right? Like, just kind of moving forward. Guess where the dollar is?
At the corner?
Right at the corner.
Yeah.
Right when it turns a corner. Like, this motherfucking shit has turned a corner. Turned a corner. Yeah. It was like total sort of, oh, Jesus, 13.7 for a bit? Oh, man. Wax, could you please calm down for a minute?
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't it's too late now. Like, here's the thing. The team behind the uplift, when we brainstormed all this out, it's, listen, we have to get ahead of this curve as much as we can. I firmly believe that there is nothing else we could have done. Right? The team has been working, all of the hours, but even more than that, all of the, intelligence that's going into this has just been mind-boggling. And the community has been doing that too. Like Lisa coming up with, Uplift World Out Community and the tours and Crownlandia and right? Like and Blue said a while back, this feels to me like something that just its time has come. Like we've needed something like this.
I agree. And like other people in the community really rocking it too. Roar with his NFTs, Bitcoin Blues Brothers in there doing like crazy stuff. All the people that are in there building. I mean, you're killing people once in a while for testing the server limits.
Really killing people, only Mike. That fucker.
Yeah, Hodelios definitely getting heavy. I mean, it's funny because I did never, obviously everyone would like more Bitcoin, or myself, there's a few coins that I would like more of. But like I kind of got more Bitcoin than my goal, like because the bear market was a lot longer, and I set that goal of being able to get like Bitcoin, a year before. I reached it a year before, so I was kind of always thought that everything was a gift, that I was able to accumulate more and DCA. Right, I don't have that much, but I'm not a whale or anything like that. But like that was the bear market. But this one is kind of the opposite, because Wax, if it moons, right, like it's like, it's gonna be one of those ones that like 10, 100 X's, and it's gonna do it fast, and there might not be any coming back, right? Like there's a few chains, a few coins on EOS in particular. I believe that when they take off, when the world discovers what they are, there's not going to be any coming back from that. I mean, Wax is going to be one. I have a feeling Ultra will be another one. Telos potentially. I think they've got a bright future ahead of them, and some projects as well. Like, right? I mean, all of these. I'm hoping. Boyd does well, and Vigor should do well, right? A lot of these, projects, DApp as well, I think will probably do well. So a lot of these projects, but Wax is going to be the one that I'm always going to be like, oh, why didn't I go all in on Wax? Why didn't I sell the kids? But yeah, that's my thought. What did you want to look at now? You wanted to go and check something out in the Uplift world.
Oh, so the server's down. So, because we're doing server migration right now. So why don't we do this? There's 11 people here. I want to see a gratitude from each one of you in the comments. For real, like 11. And if you're not going to do this gratitude thing with us, like stop watching.
Yeah, and that's a really good number, 11. Yeah.
Right? Like it just, there's 11 people here, let's just do it. Just do it this one time for me. If you really don't want to do it so you're grateful for turtles, I don't care. The whole point is we should all do it. And because I'm being an asshole about this today, I will totally start.
I'm so grateful for turtles. That's not my gratitude, but can I just say, Sue came in. Sue came into the Gender EOS plot and helped me out. She built a really cool coral reef under the south east side, and we had talked online about this like turtle farm, this underground dome turtle farm. And she's like, "Oh, did you see the turtle farm yet?" She's like, "But there's only 3 turtles because they're a lot bigger than I thought they were." So like, I went, and there's only 3 turtles. So we're gonna make it bigger. But I'm kind of grateful for those 3 turtles. So that was a funny thing. But I have a better gratitude. But yeah, go ahead. What's your gratitude?
I mean, that's a fun one. So, I was waiting until after we actually created some revenue as a company to get a new computer. And Blue basically said, "Shut up! You need to be able to take pictures the same way that Greg can take pictures, so because he just loves getting these pictures from InWorld." So a computer landed at my house.
Wow.
That is capable of doing these things. And again, it was something we were going to need to do anyway. I'm just like trying to, I'm always like operating on a shoestring budget, like just, only do what you need to do or whatever, right? So I'm grateful for I mean, obviously for the computing power, but to have partners that are willing to just throw resources at this thing that we all believe in is I've never experienced being on a team with this much brain power, this much resources, and the kind of people that will use those things elegantly. It's a big deal.
So I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Anders' comments because, like,
yeah, I only now see all the cardboard boxes behind you. Yeah, like that's what's up. That's what's up. I mean, usually it's just dogs, but yeah, the monitor is it's over here. And I'm still running both computers, which is why I'm like sort of like nose into the corner of the office right now. But this thing is like it's pretty
first one coming in the comments now from Olive. I'm grateful for being connected to so many new friends online.
Thank you. We lost 2.
Yeah.
Wusses. But thank you, Olive. Yeah, so we got 8 left.
For me, that's you. I'm gonna have to start going first because I always get overshadowed. But that was a great gratitude. But Corey, this is mine. I'm actually grateful for your friends. As strange as that sounds,
it doesn't. I lucked out in the friend department. That makes sense.
I'm just starting to meet some of your friends, and maybe it's because we do this show together, and they watch it and they kind of semi know me as well. But like just spending time with them in the game. Greg came in and we did a giant Jenner EOS kind of overlay in the center of the Jenner EOS community plot, which now I'm building into a massive mountain and harbor.
Cool. Dude, you went from like what's Minecraft to total degen in like 24 hours. If you go back, and there'd be a lot of hours because we do this show 5-6 times a week. But if you go back, how many times do you think you said I'm not a gamer in the last 2.5 months?
Yeah, so I'm not a gamer. I might be a Minecrafter though.
Yeah, an uplifter.
Yeah, and I like it. But yeah, so it's gonna be pretty slick. It's pretty sweet. Like, and Sue came in and she helped me do stuff. And it's funny because like there's a reason that I'm not a gamer, right? Like so Sue, we had to connect the bottom, the back southwest side. And we found this cool cavern, and last night after our show, I built the grand staircase, and it was perfect. It was this massive, huge grand staircase that went all the way down from the ocean floor all the way to the bottom of the ravine. And I got a message from Sue this morning, and we went in, and she planted like an experimental tree farm and did all this cool stuff, but she put steps on the staircase, which meant that it wasn't like perfectly symmetrical anymore. And like I was like, I'm kind of OCD, so I'm gonna like fix it. I apologize. Thank you for your help. she's like, I'm sorry. I should keep that in mind. I'm like, no, it was only that one because I already named it the Grand Staircase. So it's pretty funny. But she was like super nice about it. And then we toured around, right? And like she's like, you need to sign here. You need to sign here. You need to sign here. People are getting lost. She's like, where do we put the experimental tree farm? Like. She's come in, hung out with me, told her about like, why she loves Minecraft, about her, family, her friends, like the friends that you guys built the server with, like, and it's just been really cool to have a person like that, pop in. Greg as well. You guys have been doing the show for a long time. You're really good friends. Like I've had a few really good conversations with him. Like I think it's really interesting to see this divergence of Minecraft people with crypto people. And, they're all learning about cryptocurrency now. They're all learning about wax. They're all learning about NFTs. They're all super excited that other people are going to see their builds. And you've got all of these people like me or like Ken Bozak or like Anders who have really never played Minecraft before that are going in there. And when worlds collide, this is going to be amazing, right? Like
that, yeah. I can't remember. We were talking about this earlier. The rail is like because of the way it's designed, right? You have the two tracks to a side, and it's a 50 by 50 block, and we designed the rail that we're basically using for the infrastructure. It's like built, so there's a giant promenade that is basically the center of this whole thing. So you have room to build, right? You have room for a little garden. I think they actually put a garden in the thing. It's like a little flower. It's hilarious. Right. And there's stairs to go up and stairs to come down. And Greg is actually already showing people how to create stairs down because that distance is not going to be for sure. Whatever. So there's like a million ways that you're going to be able to alter these things. But I know for a fact that I'm just going to want to walk down the street in the middle, not on the rail, right? And because who knows what you're going to find, right? Like, how many times during the show did I just pop into the rail and like start flying down the rail? Because it's just like new stuff. That's just land. It's going to be new people. And there will be something new maybe on each plot. And like that to me is just like, I feel like we completely underestimated how fucking incredible this is going to be.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's addictive because it's a game, but it's more addictive because there are like-minded people in there that, like, all of a sudden you don't know, but you really want to know, right? We have Anders. I might come and help you if you give me some bricks, because I don't have time to mine them right now.
Thank you, Cryptophagia. So do you know that Greg and I are hanging out getting a tour of Clash Dome for the first time at 10:30?
No, that's
that's happening.
That's in half an hour.
Like they put up a screenshot of their build, but like we haven't seen it yet, and it's all underground. You can't see it on the 2D map, and it's like I think it's massive as heck. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. And then I'm hanging out with Chris Tuttle from Cogs later on today, probably around 4:30. There's like, I think I added 5 new people to the community cluster yesterday that weren't, Minecrafters. And we've got, Ben's bringing that whole team of Minecrafters in that are going to, they have, it's a team of 60, like semi-professional Minecraft builders that they're going to be sharing 5 community plots. Pretty stoked about that. They've got a whole team that's going to be creating an entire season of their show. Like they do YouTube, Twitch shows where they will basically go into a new piece of land and do like a total, bootstrapping build in total survival mode, right? And they bootstrap. Like Anders, I don't even know if we talked about this. You're gonna love this. Like this is really good. By the way, I'm on with Anders later on today too. It's a busy day. But that team, like they, their team has millions of subscribers on YouTube and Twitch between them. And so that's, getting, that's going to be really, really interesting to see where that is. And that, by the way, we plotted that out yesterday, is at the bottom corner of the community cluster.
So that's below that. That's okay. That's awesome. So that's below Tribe, right by Jenner EOS. That's a nice line.
It's a great spot for you, like a really good spot for you,
and also for us as well, because next to us, next to this show's plot,
right? Well, it's really everyone, right? Because like to get down EOS, there, right? There's not going to be an official rail that's going to go all the way down, so you can just pick, right? There's that whole grid, and it's more or less the same distance, right? So you could take a different road to get down to that bottom corner every time and never run out of entertainment.
Or a boat, because the Jenner EOS Harbor is going to be pretty freaking cool, man.
Raj, could you DM me about that, please? Raj said I ran a community art project which involved over 1,000 kids. The imagination was amazing. DM me, because I would really like to do something like that here in the Uplift. And so if that's something that you might be interested in exploring with me, I would appreciate that a lot. So fire me a DM.
Yeah, we actually talked about that after your Luke Stokes interview. It'd be really cool to have like a kids space in the Uplift where it was only kids that were, involved and building and stuff. That'd be really interesting. And it's like,
hey Jimmy, thank you so much for letting me go make coffee. It's so good.
No problem.
Anders, the live map for migration, so we might have to redo Dynamap. Like we're upgrading the whole server today, Anders. So there's going to be outages, and we're probably going to have links that are busted and stuff like that. So Ben is putting updates up in the community leaders group for people that are in game. So if you want to track that, you can totally do that. You should actually meet Ben Anders and have him on because he's awesome, like really fun, and is like a Minecraft wizard. He's connected to, basically the who's who of everyone in Minecraft, which is obviously going to be a thing that might start interesting everyone here in our crypto NFT space. Real quick.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be Minecraft for very much longer. I think it's going to be
the uplift and that running on that game that used to be called Minecraft.
Crypto, yeah. But the game formerly known as the Java Minecraft.
Yeah, right. Formerly known as. Well, and like other stuff I can't talk about. Ben knows the people that ran the largest Minecraft server in the world, Hypixel, and they've been in development of a game that is supposed to just smash everything, like better than Roblox, a million times better than Minecraft. But they're the experts at Minecraft, so like they're the potential to sort of and I'm always thinking, okay, what does the Uplift 2.0 look like, right? Because everybody should know the land keys that you get right now. When we upgrade the whole system to the next level, this layer of reality will always exist, right? It'll keep going. Yay, fun. But we're going to be able to bootstrap to higher levels, and you're not going to have to buy land again. You're just going to have it, right? Because I want to make sure we can, at any iteration level, it's like a fork, right? Bitcoin's cool, but Bitcoin Ultra quantum protected that comes out 10 years from now will be more cool, right?
That was a horrible analogy.
Right? But I mean, like, you can have, I'm just saying, like, there could be a fork of Bitcoin that will be good, and Bitcoin Cash is not that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. At least use, I'm going to get myself in trouble here, but at least use EOS and Wax, right?
Well, but that's the thing. They're not forks of Bitcoin, so the analogy wouldn't work.
No, fair enough.
But I see what your point. Yeah. Anyway.
Like, it's interesting, though, because, like, for me, so Ultra, right? Like, I think Ultra is going to be big, and right, like,
Ultra is UX, right?
Sorry,
Ultra is UX, right?
No. Ultra is
the difference.
UX is UX.
It used to be Warbly.
Yeah, Ultra is more like Wax, I believe. Anders actually would be a better one to answer this, but
okay.
Ultra is more like Wax. They did an ICO, or they released on Ethereum, and now they're basically using the EOSIO tech stack to build their own EOSIO chain. And they're at beta now, so they've got a few people in there, invite only. And they're basically what Wax did for NFTs, they're essentially going to do for gaming. They're looking at porting on developers for games to build blockchain games and stuff like that. But it's going to be like really interesting to see because, Wax's focus obviously is on NFTs and collectibles, but the uplift might just give Ultra a run for its money. Yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. So, but I think you're busy, especially, and we got stuff to do. So, we've been on here for an hour. That's awesome. And it was okay. I hope people didn't mind my. I think I sound better when I'm talking and somebody else is on the screen. I'm kind of boring when it's me solo. But yeah, we went through the news.
Like, you could say things and I could be like,
yeah,
or like,
yeah, like I can gauge my reaction. But yeah, like it's been crazy busy. We've got a bunch of stuff with this show planned as well. But I'm not intending, and I don't think Corey's intending to give this up anytime soon. But it's been a little bit rough recently because we were doing a lot of stuff with the TMO drop. We're doing a lot of stuff with the uplift, getting things ready. And like Corey said, I've become a DGen, so now I'm a DGen with Jenner EOSIO, and and doing that.
And I think normally is that the server's down, so we can't really do it. But like, if this show turns into, you and me, and we go to our guests land in the uplift to hang out, I mean, that to me is how it should be. Maybe. Yeah,
I mean, EOSIO Weekly is really. I have a great idea for a show actually, but EOSIO Weekly is good. I don't mind it, but all good things come to an end. Yes,
Yeah, so if you don't know what Steam is like a game buying, upgrading, kind of also like social platform. I use it. It's basically like if you want to buy games online, it's sort of been the easiest thing for me to do. So yeah.
But yeah, so what I was saying anyway, we don't necessarily like. There's a lot of great projects that we cover in these EOSIO weekly reports, right? Like EOS Nation does a weekly update on EOSIO. Crypto Writer does. EOSGO has daily news updates, things like that. So I like the BP&Chill day. If we can keep doing it, it's good. Tech Talk on a Tuesday is always fun as well. But essentially, Media Moguls and NFT Game Day, we spend a lot of time to Uplift as well. So yeah, why not? Maybe once the game goes live, I'm just gonna say it. Like maybe the one thing that's actually lacking in the Minecraft world, which is a little bit annoying, really, to be honest. But like when I was hanging out with people today in Minecraft, you either gotta escape your screen, and you gotta pause it, and you got to type a message to them in the chat, which everyone can see, or you got to connect with them with another platform like Telegram or Zoom or something like that and talk to them. So maybe
I think like voice. Yeah, it's like we're sort of adding the voice visual layer. I wonder, and so I want to see how people iterate this, right? Like Twitch is kind of one of the obvious things. Streaming to YouTube, like I want to just see people, get into a group of like 4 or 5 people and just be live together somewhere. Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it, right? And if you want to be, skunk works in private, don't stream it, but like use all the free tools that exist, and there are many, to basically, join up in game. Like it's nothing that we have to build in. There's like a million tools for that, right? But yeah, I was just thinking, like, I wonder if people will start using Twitter Spaces for it. But like, why use Twitter Spaces in just audio only when you can stream, somebody's perspective and everybody can watch you build? Because they will. Like, I probably would. Like, if when these guys that are coming in that Ben invited to do the season of their show in the Uplift, they sometimes get up to like 2,500 people in pure spectator mode watching, and they charge for entry. Right, so like it's a thing people in the Minecraft universe just do. And watching the Telegram chat, like people are hungry to just see what it looks like. The guided tour thing is kind of part of that outgrowth, right? And I think Greg is like doing them back to back to back today, which is mental. So anyway, yeah, let's get out of here. We got stuff to do.
Just one thing before you do, I think we're gonna have to be the people that are going to have to indoctrinate people. Anders as well, Ken as well, but like us people that are in the Uplift, we're going to have to indoctrinate people into cryptocurrency and markets. So that's going to be a big focus for us in the future. And I also think it'd be really cool, maybe some EOSIO weekly updates, we just forego the EOSIO weekly update. Maybe we do the post at some other point in time, and you and I just jump into the YouTube, and whoever we run across, we send a special message
like join us in stream
of a Zoom link, and they just jump on. Like I've been talking about this for a while. Why not get community members to come on? Well, what's better than getting community members?
Yeah. So we drop in randomly on people, and then fire them a DM if we know who they are, or just even like somehow. I like it.
And if they want to join, like all the power to them, right? They can jump on, and we can hang out together but by that point in time, teleportation and flying will be gone. So like if you're at the other side of the world, you're not going to get there.
The thing is, like, I will always have God mode.
Yeah, but you're running the show. So
right. Well, that's the thing. So like we could pop into people even if they were all the way across the world. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but like other people wouldn't be able to just like teleport themselves to get on the show.
Right.
Like that. Right. I think that'd be cool. Let's do it. So let's ponder it. But anyway, Corey, always a pleasure. Tomorrow, we mentioned, we're gonna try to send the links to all of the people. 500K. that's a lot of people.
Yeah, dude, the gaming. This is why, Anders knows what's up. Like the gaming sort of Twitch streaming stuff is mental.
Yeah.
It's really mental. So yeah, I mean that, and this is where we're headed. So I think it's gonna be really cool.
So yeah, we'll send. So tomorrow's gonna be super fun. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be absolutely nuts. Like we're just basically gonna have a bunch of people on here to talk about the uplift. So come hang out. NFT game day, but like not really NFT game day. Like NFT,
it's like NFT game day on crack
on steroids. So, that's it.
Okay, before we break, Warner Brothers music. Do the chop.